Hey guys, Scott Adams here again. So today I was thinking about friendly fraud and how I've seen all sorts of statistics. And some companies say it's 50%, some companies say it's less, some more. And when people ask me that, my answer, it's really weird. You don't know. It's just so hard to track. But to me, if you want a number, it's at least 50%. But it really depends on where you are in your, let's call it fraud journey. So, do you have really good anti-fraud? Or do you have kind of a homegrown system without a lot of controls? Or have you put a, out of the box or in the box, I guess, fraud system in place but not tuned it? It really depends on what you've done to combat criminal fraud. So once you get rid of all that, and generally most systems can get rid of most of your criminal fraud, let's say 95% of it. So then what you have left is probably friendly fraud. And friendly fraud has a lot of names now too, but there's a whole really broad scope of what that can be. But in this case, I'm really talking about anything that's not really criminal fraud. That's not, someone trying to use stolen credit cards or these kind of things. Now, when I think about it, the main ones that you can stop, and I think for most merchants, this is a vast majority of your friendly fraud, it's mistakes. It's miscommunications, it's misconfigurations, it's these kind of things. And so I was thinking a lot though lately about how to better convey this and convey how friendly fraud works and just really overall how the payments flow works in the eyes of the buyer and how the buyer navigates through the process. And so I came up with something that I've been calling the roller coaster optimization framework. And the reason for this is if you think about a roller coaster, and this is something that I love, it's one of my favorite things are riding roller coasters. And it's emotion and it's energy. And so I've been thinking about energy, and roller coaster is such a great analogy for this. Because it's all about the conservation of energy and managing that energy. And energy can be also looked at as emotion. And so for a consumer, just today I want to talk a little about this and start this, and then we'll have many more videos going through the whole process. But the start of the process is that the front of your marketing funnel, so the consumer gets exposed to your brand, they think they might like your product, they come to your website, they eventually get to the order page. Now once they get to the order page, emotions are high, like they're excited, they're ready, they really think they want to buy, but then a whole lot of stuff has to happen. And so, you're kind of basically building the energy, building the emotion on that order page until you get to the top of that first hill. And so, if you think about it, then if you look at all kind of the touch points that you have, you need to make touch points at the right place. You need to communicate at the right places. You need to have the right systems in place at the right places, at the right maybe gates, in order to get that order to be completed and then, keep that customer. And so we'll talk about that a lot more, but just kind of think about the idea of energy and emotion in your buying process and your customer journey. And doing that, I think you can eliminate a lot of your friendly fraud. And we'll have a lot more examples coming up. Thanks a lot. Hope that helps.